And, Coach, we're going to start with David Lake from 24/7. David, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, just wanted to ask you about Kenneth Walker, running back from Michigan State. Obviously, he's putting up big numbers. Just what you've seen from him, and then also the QB run game. Seems like it's going to be a big key for you guys this week as well.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker, great player, big, physical.
Get on. Come on off in here. We live, man. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, man. We're just going to get started going. Yeah, we good. Can y'all hear them? I mean, real fast, man. Scrolling at the bottom is the number y'all boys want to get involved. 786-459-499. Gotta pay these bills. 786-459-499. Y'all want to get involved with the market. The number scrolling at the bottom. We got Packy. I got a question for Packy. Shoot it. I may answer it. If you want me to ask a question, shoot me $10, $20. I'll ask it for sure. We got Packy, Coach Packy and Rhett Lashlee coming up next. I look crazy, don't I? Monday morning, man. What's good? We're going to talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. Let's get it. Give me a thumbs up when y'all can hear the Zoom. Let me know when y'all can hear the Zoom. You can hear me and the Zoom. Give me 2 thumbs up. You can hear me, Zoom, 2 thumbs up.
And should improve this game. Now, tackling a big back like that, 210 pounds, you got to run your feet on contact. You got to really set edges. You know, everything's about leverage and edges, and tackling becomes easier when you set hard edges on our defense and when you use great angles. So, and we got to wrap and roll. And I think we'll be better this week in that regard. But obviously, a concern that we've addressed with our team and our defense.
Coach, next we're going to go to Kobe Price from the South Florida Sun Sentinel. Kobe, go ahead.
Appreciate it, Cameron. Coach, I wanted to really follow up on the linebackers. Do you anticipate, or I guess have you and Manny really talking about possibly, bringing Gilbert down and just maybe fill in the gaps on a couple snaps in that position, will counter out, or maybe even bringing out some of the young guys to get more snaps than they have, I guess, the first couple games?
They brought it out the end zone this week. The kickoff.
Yeah, coming into the first game, we felt really good about Corey Flagg, Keontre, BJ and Steed, and obviously Avery. So we felt like we had a good depth, but things happen with injuries. So we'll take whatever guys we need to fill a spot. Right now, we still feel comfortable with Steed. I think, like I said, he played great. I think Avery's going to be ready to fill those shoes in the second team right now. And I feel good with our mics, but we know our run defense is as good as our deep tackles and our inside backers. So we're always going to, make sure that we have the best players inside to stop the run. We always try to get the best personnel on the field, whoever that may be, whatever grade they might be in. But right now we feel like we got the top 4 that we have in there right now.
Coach, we're going to go to Chris Stockett inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Just I know you touched on tackling, but overall assessment of the play of the linebackers through 2 games overall there. And then also the kick return, giving up the touchdown. What kind of needs to be fixed there? Obviously, they've got a couple threats over at Michigan State, particularly in the punt return game. Just your thoughts on coverage and defending there. Yeah,
first assessment of linebackers. Gave up 3.9 rush per rush against Alabama, 3.3 this past week. 3.5 is our goal, so met our goal this past weekend against a really, really good rushing football team. Kind of got them out of their running game, their running style, kind of chased them out of stretch. They started running more counter. So proud of the way our guys play. There's always room for an improvement. I think from week 1 to week 2 we improved. I think we got to improve from week 2 to week 3. Limit, a couple of runs that get out on us. It's just we miss a tackle at the point of attack. Take that out of our game, and these what we say as a staff is some of these run figures can be underneath 3, so that would be a huge goal for us. But I think we've improved, and we constantly got to improve. As far as the kickoff for a return, we practiced that return all week. We knew they were going to be a boundary return team. They gave us exactly what we practiced all week. We had some guys that did not fit it exactly how they should fit it. We spilled on the outside instead of boxing it back into our forward players. So the ball just circled us. And got to find the right guys on that unit, guys that want to be on it, guys that do things right. It's a defensive play. We got to get a hat in the gap, and we did not have a hat in the gap. So multiple mistakes by multiple people. Like I always say, I think our effort's there. But it's a defensive play. We got to fit it up correctly. It's the exact same return we saw all week, and we just didn't fit it right. So, look at our personnel on that unit. That can't happen again, obviously. And then Michigan State has a great returner, number 1, big-time punt returner, kick returner. He's going to catch the ball. He's going to try to field every single ball. So we got a great challenge this week. Our punt team was great last weekend. We got to be great each and every week of flipping the field.
Coach, I got 2 more for you. We're going to go first back to Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Obviously a big kick by Andy to win the game. Curious how far you guys will actually trust him, from how far out in a game. And is that something, maybe you earn over time as you kick from further and further away? Just curious, because obviously it was a huge kick.
Yeah, Andy does a good job. He'll tell me pre-game after he warms up what he feels comfortable with each and every game. We always give him, in his warm-up, he'll always kick a 50-yarder. He smacked it right down the middle pre-game. So he felt comfortable. I think he could have gone up to 55 right there. So obviously you don't want to put a freshman in that scenario, but the guy, like I said from the very get he's just mature. He's competitive. After having 1 blocked and 1 bad hold to come in and hit the game winner, man, kudos to that guy. Kudos to Andy. What a heck of a job. He just goes out there and knocks it through. So I'm proud of him. Like I told him after the game, continue to build on this and keep working.
Coach, last one up we got for you is Daryl Streeter from Football Bill. Daryl, go ahead.
Coach, how you doing today? Avery Huff seems to be very enthused sideline guy when he's out there. What is it he does well, and why haven't we seen much of him up to now? And I have one follow-up.
He is. It's great you bring that up. On the sideline, he's been unbelievable. Coach Feely helping me get all the special team units together. Avery's right there. He's been a great teammate on game days. So what he does well is he runs, he tackles well. So I'm excited. I'm excited to get him in the game and watch him play. And like I said, he's been nothing but good on game days for us. So and then go ahead with your follow-up.
Okay, on that kickoff, if you don't mind sharing with us, Jose Bargalas, the kicker, he's the final line of defense. Any kicker is the final line of defense. what is it what was he supposed to do at that point when he engaged with the runner?
Yeah, he needs to nose up the returner. He always has to stay on top of the ball. He's basically our boundary safety. And right there, he needs to force him out of bounds or force him to cut back. If that guy cuts back, he's tackled on the plus 40-yard line.
Right,
so
right.
he knows that. Kickers don't think they're going to be tacklers till they're in that moment. But now you learn. You learn from being put in the fire. Unfortunately, it cost us 7 points. But he knows right now he's got to take a shot, either knock that guy out of bounds or make him cut back. As Al Blades was chasing Marcus Clark. You know, I had a whole convoy of guys chasing all the way to the end zone. If we just made the guy make one cut, we could get on the ground.
Coach, thanks for spending a few minutes with us today. Good luck the rest of the week in practice.
I appreciate you guys.
Thank you.
What's going on, bro? Y'all, like I say,
All right, y'all, we're going to have a short break, and we'll be joined by offensive coordinator Rhett Lashlee at 2 o'clock.
okay, so yeah, my
Recording stopped.
my question is, in that moment, like if you watch the kickoff, in that moment, what was he engaged with the kicker. There was 3 guys chasing the kicker, right? He engaged with the kicker. And the kicker gave him a jab step, and he went for it and gave up the sideline. And to be honest with you, bro, I played basketball, right? I played basketball. He didn't even have to tackle the tackler. I mean, the runner. All he had to do was get on his left shoulder, get in front of him, get on his left shoulder, and slow him down. Right. That's all he had to do. All he had to do was get on the the sideline. See, if he didn't want to engage with him, because he had the sideline right there, all he had to do was push him. But okay, so he didn't want to engage with him like that. All he had to do was like when you press in basketball, was get in front of him and get himself out the way. He would have made the runner stop, and the 3 guys chasing him would have killed him. Simple as that. As simple as that. But nah, Andy Bargalas, that's our little guy, man. That's our guy. We remember we interviewed Bargalas. But what I'm saying is he didn't have to tackle him. He didn't have to tackle him. All he had to do was get in front of him and get out of bounds and slow him down, and he would have been tackled. Basha would have made the tackle. Man, Jose is a little skinny. He put on 30 pounds, man. He's still small, bro. So listen, man. We're back in here, man. Monday morning, man. Talk about everything from Bitcoin to ball. Y'all let me know, do I look clear? I'm using a different camera, man. Let me know if I look more fly, more clear. I'm trying to achieve that. Listen, if y'all want to get involved with the market, we put out 2 plays this morning, a crypto play and a stock market play. We get money. If y'all want to get involved, the number scrolling at the bottom. This may be the last week we're on this platform, and we're going to go ahead and switch it over. If y'all want to get involved, you know the number scrolling at the bottom. It's always scrolling at the bottom. Doesn't go anywhere. Stays at the bottom. But yeah, we got Rhett Lashlee. We got Rhett Lashlee coming up. He said at 2 o'clock. I know y'all got questions for me. I know y'all got questions for Rhett. I know y'all do. I know y'all got questions for Rhett. I know y'all got questions for Rhett Lashlee. I know y'all do. One second. Let me get a couple things taken care of here. But yeah, man, Monday morning, man, we in the market. Things running up. Bitcoin ran up and ran back down. Not sure what happened there. Kind of crazy situation early this morning. Bitcoin out here playing around. Want to give a shout out to Edge. You see the Edge cup. That's taking the energy drink in the world, Edge. Check it out. The link is in the description. Go to liquorsplit.com. If you order anything from liquorsplit.com, you actually get an Edge for free for the freezy for the first time. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Lots going on, man. Lots going on. They're saying that Huff and Steed are going to be one to step in. So here we go. It's go time with Huff time. All right. Here we go. It's go time with Huff time. Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing Dunn might be down. Oh, you like that? Yeah, I like the new camera, huh? Oh. Make sure y'all like, share for us. If you're watching right now, man, we got a little time, man. Share it for us. Put it in your groups, man. Put it in your Kane group. Put it in your, yeah, man. Don't just sit here and watch, man. We need y'all to help get the word out. We know we got some of the best content on YouTube, doggy, but we need y'all help to get the word out. A lot going on, man. I haven't heard anything on Keontra. I'm hearing Dunn, maybe done for the season. I'm hearing it's kind of we just talked to Packy because I'm hearing Packy got some hot seat stuff going on. That's what we're hearing. I mean, yeah, it's crazy how Cam started running. Rhett Lashlee's coming up. Listen, man, you can give me your questions, but to make sure that if you want to ensure I ask your question, man, do the $20 and I'll ask your question, no doubt. I don't like coming up with these questions. I really don't like them. You can put your question in there, but if you want for sure, shoot, ask me this question. Shoot 20. We'll roll it. I don't like coming up with the questions, man. I like to ask other stuff. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to ask the. Oh man, got the little grades going on, man. Dang. So listen, man, I sat down with the 4th best offensive tackle in the nation. We put that out late last night, man. 4th best offensive tackle in the nation. Tyler Booker, IMG. Bro, listen. Very intelligent kid. I'm going to let y'all check that out for a second while I go fix this. Watch this. I'm going to fix that. Watch it. Come in. That thing going to be fixed.
Let me show you how to start an online t-shirt business. Let's go. First, go to
all right, man. My camera was kind of fuzzy. I don't know what's up. She is? Your dad's like 6'3"? I don't know what was going on with my camera, man. I had a good question to ask him, too, and I did not ask him. I actually asked him off camera, hey, you guys are going to play Miami Northwestern tonight, and y'all probably going to kick their ass, right? Do you ever feel like it's unfair? This is what I asked him, IMG kid. Do you ever feel like it's unfair going into these games that you guys have like an edge, an advantage? And he was like, no. I'm not going to feel bad because we put more time, effort, and resources into what we're doing. I was like, oh, can't argue with that. So check him out, man. This Tyler Booker, IMG Academy. Keontra Smith out 3 to 4 weeks, word on the street. Good stuff. But here we go. Tyler Booker, man, committed to Alabama, talking to me, the God, D Street. Yes, sir. Okay. You recently committed to Alabama, right?
Yes, sir. When
did you commit?
When I committed to my 16.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
You been up there on the visit? I have. I went on my official visit.
My camera all fuzzy.
For the Knicks in my football camp when I was younger. So it was crazy to see everything come full circle, going to Alabama as a brand, trying to circle everything up. Now, about to be a player in January is just truly a blessing.
No, it is a blessing, bro. Look at it that way. Have you went on any other visits? Did you go to any other colleges?
Yeah, I did. I took off of my official visits in the month of June, so it was really packed. So,
Sound like Slick Vic. What about now? Give me thumbs up if you
go. I went to Georgia, Oregon. No, I went to Florida, Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, all within a month. So I had to take some during the week and some on the weekends. It was just a crazy month because I wanted to be committed before the season started, so I could just be focused and locked in on the season, which I am, and my plan has come to fruition. I'm focused. My team's doing great. I'm doing great. I've developed so much.
Yeah, straight. Okay.
Just committing was one less thing to think about.
What's that? On those visits, I know they treat y'all like kings, right? Anything you see on any of these visits, man, was like, wow, man, I didn't know the school had a gator that just walks up and down the sidewalk, or like anything crazy you saw.
I won't say it's anything about the school, but the area, Eugene, Oregon. I love Eugene, Oregon. Just it was beautiful out there. Being from the Northeast, you don't see. There's a few mountains, so just seeing all the mountains, it just reminded me of home a lot. Then they told me that there was a beach about 10 minutes away, so there were all 4 ecosystems really in one area in Eugene. It was just beautiful out there. The weather was great. The scenery was lovely.
You're talking off campus.
The campus, off campus, and the campus as well. Just the whole area was amazing. It was beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So not just the facilities. I mean, so you're saying the scenery and everything was it something you've seen before, or just it was all new?
I've seen it on TV, so to actually see it, it was beautiful out there. You gotta go in time.
Yep. And that was Oregon.
Yes, sir.
So what was it about Alabama? What was it about Alabama that made you say, man, I gotta go here?
It reflected. It's the school that most reflected IMG in the sense of there's some place where I'm going to be pushed, somewhere I'm going to get all the support I need, and somewhere somebody's trying to take my job every day, and I love that feeling. I love that pressure of how they're trying to recruit 5-star tackle for the next year, trying to replace me. Just the same thing they did with Evan Neal when they brought in JC. And they brought in JC, my close friends of mine from IMG, and now they're recruiting me, so it never stops. So I'm always gonna have to stay on my toes and really just be that guy all the time.
That intelligent kid, dog. I've interviewed some of the best high school players in the nation. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been doing football, Bill, I've never heard anybody say that. Really? I've never heard anybody say, I want to be in an environment where the guy behind me could take my job. Where does that come from?
It comes from the mindset of iron sharpens iron. I'm not gonna get better being around people that I know that I'm better than being around people that I know I can dominate. You get better when you're around people that are gonna push you, people that at your level or higher, so you have goals to work towards or really.
Y'all hear this? Y'all hear this?
You really grow in competition and in uncomfortable positions.
Who told you that, bro? Where you get that
from? Bunch of stuff I picked up along the way, just being here at IMG.
What's good, man, boy?
George Hageman, Trey Thomas.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Pepper Johnson. All my coaches that have been in the league and stuff that they've instilled in me, and I just carry it in life now.
No, I don't listen, bro. That's a true statement. That's a true statement. You hear the sayings like you are who you hang around, or show me your 4 closest friends, I'll show you who you are.
Show you the future.
No, you're right. It's true what you said. I just never heard a kid voice that in that. A lot of times kids want things given to them.
No, sir.
You like, nah, I need to work for it all because I need to be as sharp as I can be when I get where I'm going. Nah, that's awesome.
Can we hear? Y'all can hear him and me, right? Thumbs up.
Yeah, please keep that. That's awesome. What do you like about playing offensive line?
Just about how physical the position is and how you have to work as a collective unit. Like you won't go on IMG's campus and see one offensive lineman by themselves. It's just impossible. We're always around each other, so that camaraderie that we have reflects on the field. So just being one with your group, that and just how nasty the position is, and how I can make plays too. I like making plays, especially as an offensive lineman, because only the real football fans, only the real people will see it. So I just love that position. I love like again, the pressure's on me.
Right.
I'll probably only get noticed when I do something wrong.
Yeah.
But if nobody's talking about me, I'm having a great game.
Who's the best person you ever played against? Right, not name wise. Like he actually got in front of you, and you was like, oh, like we're gonna have a battle tonight.
So I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna bring back to ING in this practice. So my sophomore year,
yeah, man, Cheney may be done.
I was playing defensive line, and we're about 2 weeks into camp, and we had a bunch of injuries on the offensive line. So I had to move over to play offensive line. That's how my O-line journey started. So all throughout the season, we have a senior defensive end. His name is Josh Griffiths. He's around 6'5", he weighed 240 at the time, but he benched 415 at the time for reps. He was just freaking nature, ran a 4.7. So every day in practice,
he ran a 4.7.
Yeah, so a little faster than that. Every day in practice, he was on my head, just abusing me. But like just me getting back up and learning and getting better at something every day, going against Josh, and how him giving me his best made me a lot better.
Right.
And I still don't think I've gone against anybody as versatile as country. Well, at the time, but yeah, it's just going against him every day really helped.
So basically, you saying he was getting the best of you, like he was beating
every
you,
time.
But you saw it as you getting better.
Exactly.
Nah, dog, that's something that, I mean, most people wouldn't see that way. Everything is not about winning and losing all the time.
It's not. It's about learning.
Man, did y'all hear this kid?
Learning, not losing.
Man,
y'all hear this kid?
Parents, man, they get the job, no. It is. It's about learning. Everything is not about winning and losing. Sometimes we get caught up in winning and losing. So he whooped you for how long? A couple weeks?
Oh, the whole season.
The whole season.
All year long.
Did it ever get bad? Like you didn't want to go to practice, or you was just like, man, let me go out here and get this lashing?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I had coached him from the year before. I was a freshman playing on varsity at Bergen Catholic, and it wasn't as bad, but I knew what it was like to get thrown around a little bit. So I knew what it was like to get back up. You know, so I just knew I was going to get better from it.
You guys went to play a team on ESPN, Bishop Sycamore, and it went all crazy. It got all crazy and stuff.
Did.
I know how media work. Are they blowing that out of proportion, or is what they're saying it is?
It's a really touchy subject at the moment with them like still trying to play. So as far as them.
Do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Do you want to earn more views, more subscribers, more watch time?
Being a real team, I'm not sure because some of the things that they did were really unorthodox.
Yeah.
But yes, I really can't speak on it that much because I just really don't know.
There's a lot of there's a lot of unorthodox teams across the country. I know you've seen it. There's teams, there's at schools. We have a few schools in Miami that are like sports schools. They go to school on an iPad, but it's geared towards playing sports. There's a lot of unorthodox schools. So I know how media can be. Media kind of can blow things out of proportion and things get out of hand. And so I just wanted to ask you about that, but I figured you couldn't really talk too much about it. I figured that. So who's your favorite artist, man? Who are you listening to in your headphones?
Pre-game Jadakiss.
Jadakiss.
Yes, sir. Pre-game.
You're the 90s.
Man, that's my favorite artist from the 90s. What you know about Jadakiss?
I like going back to the old school music. I just love that old school, and that it's not the same.
All right, we're gonna pause that for now. We're finna get Rhett Lashlee. Gotta get Rhett Lashlee on here. In the press conference. What you say, Cal? Jadakiss. Hey, whoa. Impressive. All right, so here we go. Give me thumbs up if you can hear Coach. If you can hear Coach and me. Can you hear him?
We're not producing any results at the end, which is, it's a result driven sport, business, life, world, you know. I mean, it doesn't matter if you know, I think 8 of our 12 drives we passed the 40-yard line, you know, and didn't score very many points. So we're not finishing drives. I think on a couple of those, I know we got a holding call on one that really hurt us. We got a pass interference, and they were good calls. They were the correct calls that really hurt us. 2 times we got around the 20-yard line. You know, we didn't execute a play. One time if we handed off, I think Cam's probably going to walk in. Instead, we don't. And so it's probably a combination of the, you know, some untimely, you know, a pass interference or a holding. Those are hard hustle errors. I mean, it's not like a guy's jumping off sides or something, but those still were critical. And then we're not executing enough to finish the drives. You know, we were more explosive the other night, but we're not getting explosive touchdowns. So we're having to sustain long drives, and we're not finishing those drives. And so it can get obviously frustrating because you're not getting the results you need. And then one of them that was just really, really critical and really changed a lot of the course of the game was we scored a touchdown on the 4th and 2. If it gets called back because we don't line up on the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Those are things that are just uncalled for and unacceptable, and you can't have that.
I'm curious, how much do you like? It just seems like the run game maybe takes a little while to get going. How much is that having like a domino effect, maybe on, you know, 3rd and longs and finishing in the red zone, like you're saying, maybe even getting into your tempo more like you would? Is that fair to say, or would you push back on that?
No, I mean, I think, you know, the run game being effective helps you score in the red zone and finish better. You know, did we run the ball terribly the other night? No. Should we be able to run it better? Yes. I think, you know, we probably ran for right at 200 yards until we lost all those yards delaying things. But, you know, De'Aaron had a lot to do with that too. So at times we ran it really well, and at times we were really inconsistent. And that consistency needs to show up for us.
Coach, we're going to go next to Tim Reynolds from the Associated Press. Tim, go ahead.
Thanks, Cam. All right, I've got 2 things. First one is the pace between snaps. Is it where you want it to be?
I don't know. I feel like we played pretty quick at times. You know, I thought we were playing pretty fast the other night. And like I said, we were moving the ball up and down on the field. We just weren't finishing drives. But I have not noticed it not being fast enough, other than, you know, if we throw an incompletion, the pace is obviously going to slow down. If we run the ball and get a no gain, it's going to slow down. I mean, there's things that slow tempo down in general. You know, the first half of our first game, we didn't have any pace or tempo because we didn't have any rhythm. We weren't doing anything. But in that 3rd quarter, we played pretty fast. The other night, I think we played with some pretty good tempo. I think when we were starting the second half, we ran almost 50 plays at the beginning of the second half. Again, we just weren't finishing drives.
And the second thing is, Will's only got 5 catches for, I forget, 30 yards or 25 yards, something like that so far this year. I know it's not as easy as saying, okay, we got to get Will Mallory the ball more, but what is that balance between wanting to get your tight end more involved versus, you know, forcing the issue and not letting it, you know, happen, you know, kind of naturally?
we tried to throw him the ball the other night. I think first third down, we threw it to him, had him open, you know.
Dropped it, right?
So I think it's a combination of a couple things. You know, we got to make plays when it comes to him. You know, sometimes in the read, the ball doesn't go to him, but he's in the progression. I think it's kind of it kind of marries up with kind of where we are offensively right now. You know, there's some things happening that are good, but there's not any results to show for it. And until we start getting those results, you know, we're not going to be very satisfied with what we're doing. So I would like to think that if we start finishing more touchdowns, Will's going to start making more plays. He's a big part of what we're doing. We're not trying to throw him the ball, but you know, I wouldn't overreact to the fact that he had 2 catches and then 3 catches. Because like I said, the ball came his way some other times the other night. Either we didn't make the play or he was covered or he went somewhere else in the read.
Yes, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, we've got Manny Navarro from The Athletic. Manny, go ahead.
Hey, Rhett, I apologize if I got this wrong because I watched the second half again on tape.
I want to word
was
a
chasing
question.
a cat
I want to
for
say
that cat story.
I want to word a question.
Quarter, so I apologize. But watching the game again, it looked like App State was dropping 8 guys in the coverage a whole lot.
Dunn is out.
And I'm just curious how
we're going to see Brashard.
You know, you
what's
sort
the
of
lineup?
Derek's performance. He talked
What's
about
the
running the
lineup
ball
that
out
we're
more,
going
and
to
I know that was part
Who's
of my design.
behind?
But
How do
just
I
the
word
way
it? I
he's
want to know
throwing
if we're
the
going to see
football, the way the
Brashard.
passing game is
What's the
operating.
order that we're
What
going
do
to
you
see them in?
them doing right? What do you
Word
think
that question
it's
for
just
me,
not
somebody.
clicking for in terms of the passing game?
You know, I think first couple drives the other night, he missed some throws that he knows he's got to make. He normally does make. Then I think he didn't start off as good as he'd like, but then he settled down and started making a lot of good throws.
But yes, put that
to your
question in
point,
words.
yes, they were either dropping 8, especially in the second half. First half, they were
see
blitzing,
Brashard?
but they were dropping their
And
corners and their
what's the-
safeties and making us keep keeping everything in front of them.
what's the
So we were
depth chart?
completing a lot
Who's
of
behind
balls,
Cam?
10 yards,
Make that a
15
question.
yards, nothing very explosive, just because the way they were doing a good job of keeping things in front. And that had a lot to do with why we moved it up and down the field, but then couldn't get in the end zone. In the second half, they still did that, but they mixed in the drop 8, as you pointed out. And so I thought he played better after the first couple drives. You know, his completion percentage ended up being a lot better than it started out.
You all right with me, Kyle?
You know, I think offensively in the passing game, you know, we've got to be more precise with our routes, with our timing at quarterback and receiver, and you know, try to find some ways to maybe get some easier completions and get us going. We haven't had a lot of opportunities over the top. When we have, the one positive is we made those plays. Keyshawn made a nice play. Rambo made a nice play. But that was 2 of the few times that they allowed us to get behind them. And so, you know, we weren't very explosive, but we were more efficient after the first few drives.
Thank you. We've got a few more for you. We're going to go to Matt Shodell at Kingsport. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, hey, Rhett. Manny sort of touched on this, but brushed over it a little bit. So obviously Derek was credited, you know, with the 19 rush attempts. So I was curious if A, you're comfortable with that number for him, and then B, if it was results of the, you know, you calling it or defensive pressure that forced him to run, or maybe, like you mentioned, guys maybe not running precise routes, you know, a combination of things. Can you sort of weigh in on that a little bit?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think, you know, probably 3 of them get thrown out because the end of the game, right? So we say you had 16 then, probably official, you know, real runs. I think probably 4 to 5 were called runs, just off the top of my head. And then probably another 2 to 3 were some sort of a read option element where he pulled it and kept it. Maybe a few more than that, you know. The reason, you know, we didn't give up a lot of pressure. You know, he had time back there. To Manny's point, they were dropping 8 a lot, and it doesn't matter who you are, what offense you run. It's hard to find a lot of holes and drop 8 defense. And so I think what he did a nice job of was when he dropped back to pass and they matched up 8 on 4 or 8 on 5, you know, he was able to take off, and not only take off, but run downhill and really make some nice plays with his feet. When they kind of had everything matched up, just because of the way the coverage was being played. So we kind of know that's the way Derek's game is. He's going to get his sometimes when he drops back to pass, and either we do have a pressure and he avoids it, or everybody's covered and he takes off. He's going to make some plays like that every game. And so because of that, you don't have to call as many design runs. But I think he also looked pretty explosive at times running, and which was really good for us.
First, we got Kobe Price from the Sun Sentinel. Kobe, go ahead.
Thanks, Cam. Hey, Rhett. Wanted to kind of follow up on the running game questions that you got earlier. How would you evaluate how the offensive line specifically is doing from a run protection standpoint? And I guess what you see as the difference between, it seemed like in the second half, against, I have to say, you guys were doing a little bit better, not just with Derek, but also with Cam back there. What did you see as the difference? Was it because they were dropping 8, just the holes were a little easier to get to?
Not as much. I mean, because they did change it up a little bit in the second half, but the up front in the box, the structure was pretty much the same both halves. The first half, there were at times we didn't ID things as good as we could have and cover things up. I think there was one time we had a miscommunication. We turned the nose tackle loose and he hits us in the backfield, and that stuff can't happen. But when we did a good job of getting hats on hats and our backs were able to get on the safeties, it looked like it's supposed to look. We got to be more consistent and we got to find a way to finish drives. Fortunately, when we needed the run game, to your point, late in the game and late in the second half, Cam was able to get going. Derek made a few nice runs. And I think that was also probably attributed to Cam was able to get a little bit of a rhythm. He started getting up around 18 carries. And I think he started to kind of get a little bit of a flow.
Coach, we've got David Wilson from the Miami Herald. David, go ahead.
Hey, Rhett. I'm kind of curious. You guys have had, I know a lot of Miami fans got a little frustrated at times with like the second and long runs. And I know it's not as simple with your guys' offense as just like calling a run play. I'm curious, just how well do you guys feel like you guys are reading defenses right now? Like in terms of like Derek pulling the ball when he should be pulling, and obviously when you go back and talk through it with him, you guys
Stop it, Cal.
looking for that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Cal, stop.
Yeah, that's
Stop,
a great
Cal,
question
stop.
because I get it. I come home and my wife or my kids are like, hey, why are you running on this? And it's not as simple as it sounds, and I totally get the frustration. Trust me, nobody more frustrated than me when it doesn't work. And we rarely have a run where there's not some form of a read, whether it be an RPO, a bubble, a hitch, something.
All right, now y'all listen.
And so it's not always as simple as, hey, they just ran it up the middle. In those situations, you expect them to play more of a coverage where the box is lighter to run the football. And in a couple of cases the other night, the read told him to hand the ball off, and we just simply didn't block it good enough. We got 5, they got 5, and we didn't win. And we should be able to win 5-on-5 and get back to the next level. He spits it for 8 or 9 yards. Everybody's going, okay, I get it. We didn't execute that properly. There are a few times, one in particular, he could have pulled the ball for a big play in an RPO, and he handed it. And we handed it into a number, and we got hit for no gain. And so, you got to think of it in terms of it's 2nd and 10, 2nd and 25, I think was one on the other night after the big penalty. They're dropping 8. It's not easy to drop back and throw the ball. But if you get in a situation where you give them a run pass option where the box numbers give it to you, you can maybe spit a run for 10 yards, or they come up, you can throw it behind them in more of a run read look. That's the idea. Obviously, it didn't work very well the other night.
Thanks, Rhett.
Yep.
One more, Coach. We're going to go to Susan Miller-Degnan at the Herald. Susan, go ahead.
Hey, Rhett.
Hey, Susan.
Hi. Don Chaney's morale, how's he doing now, especially, after just rehabbing and coming back from shoulder surgery, and also the progress of Thad Franklin and Coach Brown?
Susan,
yeah,
Susan,
he's doing really well considering. He's really disappointed, as we all are. We just got him back to full contact about a week before the first game with his previous shoulder injury, and he had some nice runs in that game, and then he was really starting to turn it on. I think the other night he had a really nice explosive run, and we were really looking forward to him starting to get to the form we believe and know he can be at. And it's really disappointing for him. I think he's you kind of feel sometimes as a player you can feel like, man, it's one thing after another, and so. We're supporting him. We're behind him. He's going to get through this. He's going to be fine. We fully anticipate him to come back better than ever. But it's disappointing for him. But he's got as good a morale as you could ask for. With regards to Cody Brown and Thad Franklin, it's their time. They're next men up. They'll be with us all week. And I think from when you're a freshman running back, everybody thinks it's not just as easily as just running the football. You've got pass protection involved. You got a lot of other things that often take more time than just, hey, I run the football. Run the football is probably the easiest thing they can do. So from that standpoint, we
we've been working hard with them to try to get them ready because they were kind of in that third role as it was anyways. And I feel like Cody Brown's in a really good place with all of that. And, we got a lot of confidence in him, and I think that'll continue to keep coming as well.
Coach, we got time for just one more. We're going to go to Chris Stockton inside the U. Chris, go ahead.
Yeah, Coach, you've talked a lot about drop coverage based in that last game. I assume that could be a formula maybe moving forward, particularly Michigan State gave up.
What did he say, Cody
Brown? In that first game,
with that. What did he say at the end?
In front of you. But just
somebody who's
passing
coming
game,
as
maybe
well.
the keys to be effective in the passing game if teams are dropping. Can you speak on that?
Yeah, it's a great question because to your point, if somebody sees something works on you, they're going to do it until you find a way for it not to work. That was a big part of what App State does, but most people have the ability to do that in some way, shape, or form. The first thing you can do is stay out of those long yardage, second long, third and long passing situations where it allows the defense to do that. When you're on schedule and first and second down ahead of the sticks or third and reasonable medium, it's harder for them to do that, right? Because then you can just kind of hit a little bit underneath throw and move the sticks. So if we can stay out of those situations, the more the better. And I think the second thing is having the ability to hit some underneath stuff, in the little bitty windows that are there when people drop eight. You don't always have to maybe throw it to the sticks or deep into the coverage. That's really the hardest thing to do. So maybe a way to get some easier completions underneath that allow us to catch the ball and run more, if that makes sense.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach, thank you very much for spending a few minutes with us today, and good luck the rest of the week in practice.
Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you.
All right. A few things. For the few people that said something about crypto, I saw a comment in here somewhere. Right there scrolling at the bottom, 786-405-9499. The number is always scrolling at the bottom. Unless you're new in here, man. Everybody should know that. 786-405-9499. If you're wanting to get involved with the stock market and don't know what you're doing. Took us out last week on the new platform. We're going to go over to a new platform. New monthly fee, more automated, smaller monthly fee. It's go time, baby. It's go time. So 786-405-9499 if you're trying to be rich. Straight up. Trying to be rich. 1 second. One second. Got something I wanted to supposed to run this Friday, but we dropped that video. We couldn't run it. Real cool story right here about the market. Cool story about the market right here. Check me out. Ryan Lashlee. I know who Ryan Lashlee is.
And I believe you have a 16,000% rate of return on that initial investment.
Can you talk about that, the value, and what made you invest in Apple early, and what made you keep it?
So what I will say is that The reason I held, though, had to do with mentorship.
Yeah, so check this out. It's Ryan Lashlee talking about a mentor, somebody who helped him, invest and had foresight, knew more than he knew. But check out what he said.
I watched my investment go from 100,000 to 350,000. And I remember a conversation I had with my
Let's go shopping. Boy, like 300,000, man. Like 3 times I flipped it. Let's go shopping, right?
my mentor. I said, hey, look, man, I took your advice. And man, 100,000 to 350. I'm gonna cash out, get something nice for my mom.
Yep.
And he gave me an ultimatum at that time. He said, Ryan, listen, you can go ahead and cash out, give something nice to your mom, but we'll shake hands and I'll never teach you anything again. Or you figure out a different way to give something nice to your mom and hold on to that investment. And we'll check in every single year around tax time, and we'll see what it grows to. And when we checked in this year, that 100,000, I got it on my birthday, September 25th, 2009. That 100,000 was just under 16 million. And if I hadn't,
don't let that go over your head. Clap it up for that, ladies and gentlemen.
Jesus.
But that's the difference that mentorship makes. Because for me, if it was up to me, I look in the mirror, I'm thinking, man, I'm smart. I made a great investment. It's giving me a great return. And sometimes the lens of expertise and the lens of experience can actually provide you wings that allow you to fly further than you can fly on your own. And so that's why I think, first and foremost, when I look at a company, I want to be in a company that when I look around, I use it every day, and the people I love, they can't live without it. So when I'm looking at Instagram, I want to be an owner in Facebook. When I'm looking at devices that I'm seeing all around, I want to be an owner in that company. When I'm seeing the platform that I'm able to even listen to podcasts on, I want to be an owner. And you got to give the business time to materialize into the growth that you're looking for, because you want your money to work for you.
If you want to see more of this clip, head to our YouTube, Spotify, or Apple channels.
I mean, 100,000 to 16 million, bro. And that's what I'm talking about. Now, that growth probably took some time. That means he had 100,000 that he could just let sit somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And that had to take some time. But that's what I'm saying. That's not money. He didn't work for that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. You don't have to have 100,000. You could do it with 5,000. You could start with 500. That's not money he worked for. He was doing something he loved doing. I don't know what Ryan Lashlee. I think he's an actor or something, doing something he loved doing. And at the same time, his money was working for him to the sound of, hey, $16 million. He didn't work for that. All right. That's what I'm saying. We got to put these peanuts and plant these seeds so we can grow these trees. That's why I talk. That's why the number scroll at the bottom. All of that. Somebody said, look at Adder. I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, man, that's a cool story, dog. Now, Cal Branch, man, what are we in here talking about, Cal Branch? Y'all must have forgot how when Enos was the last couple of offensive coordinators that our offense didn't move, we were scoring 15 points, 12 points. Y'all must be forgot this, man. And you getting the Kosi up there at FAU lighting it up. But y'all must be forgot we were scoring. Come on now, Kyle. You was in too high, but the stop loss was at 16.20. I did. I lost money out of this morning. Cause man, yeah, dog, y'all can't be chasing these stocks, man. Y'all gotta get in at the right time. Y'all be chasing these stocks, man. Y'all gotta get in at the right time, boy. You say, look at Adder.
Let's see. Atter. A few things ran up this morning and ran right back down. Oh, Adder's still running. Good Lord, huh? What happened over here? Whoa. Gee. It's finna go up some more too. It dipped. So yeah, real quick, since y'all telling me to look at Adder. It dipped. Tell you what I see. So it dipped. So Cal, so the people who trying to get in Adder, this is what I see. So it ran up. It ran up this morning from $14 to $17, right? Then there's the people who made money, they sold. The red candle is the ones that people sold. Then it dipped. Now it's giving us two hammers. We got the support right here, the green line right here, that support. That's headed back up. You know what I'm saying? The blue is still on top. The blue never crossed the red. All these things are indicators to help you trade. But that's headed back. That's headed back up, Cal. I don't know if it's gonna break 19 again this morning, 19 again. But yeah, that's a nice little support. It made little support right here that it made, and that's headed back up. Right now sitting at 1735. I'll give it some time, man. I'll watch it. I'll give it some time. But yeah, that looks strong. You lost a day trade on it. Dog, listen, man. We jumped in a trade on the platform this morning. Cal, you in there, Cal? Aren't you on the IOD? Why are you tracing out? Come on, Cal. Come on, Cal. Why are you tracing out? Listen. When something runs up like this, right? Something runs up like this, it's going to be a pullback. The people that just made money right here, they're going to sell to take their money out. That's what this red candle is. Once the red candle comes down, that's called buy the dip. You buy here, so now you buy again at $16.27. And if you would have bought at $16.27, it actually got down to $15. You would have been back up at 17. But it takes patience. It takes patience, Kyle. FOMO be killing people. FOMO be killing people. Fear of missing out. So yeah, man, y'all talking kind of crazy, man. Y'all talking kind of crazy. So if you want to get involved with the market, man, the number scrolling right there, 786-459-9499. I ain't trying to see Enos back in here, man. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all boy tripping. Y'all tripping. Come on, man. When Enos was here, man, them people weren't scoring nicer. We weren't.
No, it's
Right.
It all changes though. Like even now, it's going to change in 10 years.
Definitely.
Yeah, it all changes. You gotta find what you like. Give me a thumbs up if y'all can hear. We're gonna listen to a little bit more of this, man. So you good on time? Or we good on time? We got maybe 2 or 3 minutes. You good?
Like a minute.
You got like a minute. We're kicking him out of his room. So we're gonna do this. So no, listen. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this more often because me and you talk, and we finna make a big man famous. We finna.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
We're gonna put you out there. So tell the people where they find you on Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram at tbook._. You can find me on Twitter. Everything come full circle, going to Alabama as a camper and just trying to soak everything up. And now about to be a player in January is just truly a blessing.
No, it is a blessing, bro. It's good to look at it that way. Have you went on any other visits? Did you go to any other colleges?
Yeah, I did. I took off of my official visits in the month of June, so it was really packed. So in order, I went to. Yes, sir. I went to Georgia, Oregon. No, I went to Florida, Oregon, Georgia, Ohio State, and Alabama, all within a month. So I had to take some during the week and some on the weekends. It was just a crazy month because I wanted to be committed before the season started, so I could just be focused and locked in on the season, which I am. And my plan has come to fruition. I'm focused. My team's doing great. I'm doing great. I've developed so much, and just committing was one less thing to think about.
Was that on those visits? I know they treat y'all like kings, right? Anything you see on any of these visits, man, was like, wow, man, I didn't know the school had a gator that just walks up and down the sidewalk, or like anything crazy you saw.
I won't say it's anything about the school, but the area, Eugene area. I love Eugene, but it was beautiful. Being from the Northeast, you don't see. There's a few mountains, just seeing all the mountains, it just reminded me of them a lot. And they told me that there was 4 ecosystems really in one area in Eugene. It was just beautiful out there. The weather was great.
You're talking off campus.
The campus, off campus, and the campus as well. Just the whole area. It was beautiful.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
So not just the facilities. I mean, so you're saying the scenery and everything was it something you've seen before, or it just was all new?
I've seen it on TV, so to actually see it, it was beautiful out there. You gotta go in time.
Yeah, and that was Oregon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What was it about Alabama that made you say, man, I gotta go here?
It reflected the school that most reflected IMG in the sense of somewhere I'm going to get all the support I need, and somewhere somebody's trying to take my job every day, and I love that feeling. I love that pressure of how they're trying to for the next year trying to replace me. Just the same thing they did with Evan Neal when they brought in JC. They brought in JC, my IMG, and now they're recruiting me, so it stops. So I'm always gonna have to stay on my toes and really just be that guy.
Okay, so I've interviewed some of the best high school players in the nation. You know what I'm saying, since I've been doing football, Bill. I've never heard anybody say that. Really? I've never heard anybody say, I want to be in an environment where the guy behind me can take my job. Where does that come from?
From the mindset of iron sharpens iron. I'm not gonna get better being around people that I know that I'm better than being around people that I know I can dominate. You get better when you're around people that are gonna put people that at your level or higher, so you have goals to work towards, or really get people to compete against. And I feel like you really grow in competition in uncomfortable positions.
Who told you that, bro? Where you get that from? Intelligent young man, man. Intelligent young man. So what's good? What we in here talking about, man? They don't want to pay these good OCs. Lashlee gonna be fine. His quarterback not playing. His quarterback not playing that good right now.
I don't know. It's done when you say it's done. Listen, when you say his quarterback not playing that good, right? There's certain things King isn't great at, right? But 376 total yards. King had 300 of them, 200 passing and 100 throwing. When King started putting his shoulder in dude's chest, it kind of reminded me of that dude that decides on the team, man, we down, dog. It's on my bet. This on me. He's on me. Mallory missing passes. Harley missing passes. It's on me. That's what that looked like to me. So if there's a disconnect between what Lashlee's asking King to do and what King actually knows how to do, I don't know. But yeah, man, what does that mean to you, dog? Like, what does that mean to you? Woo, 1 second. $376 yards. King had 300 of them. And we got to win. I don't see how we could blame that guy for anything. not him. He making it happen. But listen, that Mallory drop first drive, dog, killer. I think the D line was playing well early. Straight killer. Flo said he did the research on Lashlee, and it wasn't Lashlee incorporating the passing game at FS. Oh, Lord. What are we saying? So what are we saying here? What are we saying? We lied on his resume like the Georgia Tech coach? What are we saying? Rick can't go out there and catch the football for them. I agree with you, big homie. LJ saying, LJ, man, y'all be coming in here with the jokes, man. So before Rhett got here, they were dodging the O-line. Rhett said him coming in and running tempo will help the O-line. Your OC can help the O-line. Wide receivers and the quarterback. Johnson, Williams, Keyshawn Washington need to be the starters. I don't know, man. I know one thing that I like. I like Tyreek Stevenson returning them punts. That's what I want to see. I want to see a dude go north and south. That's what I want to see. I told y'all from day one, I wanted Tyreek out there returning punts. Punts, kickoffs. Listen, man, he's a dog. He a playmaker. He gonna get out there. We got the cojones. He got the cojones. He got the huevos. Hey, Siri. How big is Tyreek Stevenson's cojones?
Okay, I found this on the web for how big is Terry Stevenson cojones. Check it out.
Not Terry Stevenson, Siri. I said Tyreek Stevenson. How big are his cojones? Siri, wake up. Hey, Siri. How big is Tyreek Stevenson's cojones?
Okay, I found this on the web for how big is Tyrese Davis's finesse. Check it out.
Come on, Siri. Siri, hey, Siri. Have you been drinking? Siri's tripping today. Hey, Siri. Have you been drinking this morning, Siri? What did you have for breakfast, Siri? Hey, Siri. Did you miss your V8 this morning?
Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you please repeat it?
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I don't have an answer for that. Is there something else I can help with?
You got to get going, Siri. Siri, you're starting off slow like Rhett Lashlee's offense, Siri.
Sorry, I missed that.
How
Could
do
you
I-
say it again, please?
How do I get you fired up, Siri? Hey, Siri. How do I get you going? What makes you happy, Siri? Siri. Hey, Siri. What makes you happy? What makes Siri happy? Siri, you don't know what makes you happy? Siri, you tripping today? Hey, Siri, you in your feelings?
Sorry, I missed that.
You
Could
and
you
you-
say it again, please?
Are you in your feelings this morning, Siri?
I don't have an answer for that.
Do
Is
you-
there something else I can help with?
Sound like you got an attitude. I don't know, Siri. You acting like my girlfriend. So listen, man. Okay, I said I was going to give y'all something on Thad, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I gotta run. Sound like Cody Brown. Sounds like Coach kind of leaning with Cody Brown. Thad was kind of struggling in camp. He couldn't make his 110s in camp earlier. Thad isn't that workout guy. That isn't that hard. You're going to see it in practice, put it all on the line, workout guy. That's not who Thad is. But what Thad does is, if I got this weird feeling that if they give Thad a chance in the game, he going to show up. When Thad broke out at Chaminade, I was there, and it caught everybody up by surprise. You know what I'm saying? nobody knew he was going to run the way he did. Sometimes kids aren't great in practice, and it's there, and they fail. We can call it lazy. We can call it. Some kids just show up on game day, bro. Like, and I'm being honest with you. And according to what kind of coach you have, is depend on, are you going to survive in that program? I think if they give that a chance, I think if they let him run the ball, if he hasn't gotten too big, if he hasn't gotten too big and he's lost a step, I think he's going to go downhill, and it may be a breath of fresh air for what we see. I think that. I really do think that. So let's see if they give him a chance. We've seen them both run in practice. Wasn't too impressed with any of them running the ball. I would love to see Brashard get some snaps, some swing passes or something. He's the one that's been electric, but we have him as a wide receiver right now. So boo-hoo. Hoo-boo. Huff. I asked him about Huff. He didn't answer my second part of Huff, like, why haven't we seen him? He didn't answer that question. But Huff be lit on the sideline, dog. Huff be lit on the sideline. But I asked him about Huff. He didn't really answer. So listen, bro. That's the show for today, man. Y'all want to get involved with the market, the number scrolling at the bottom, hit me up. You got to get grandfathered in to the new platform. So you got to go ahead and get yourself locked in on the price. Anything else? So we got Keontra Smith 46 weeks. Don Chaney out for the year. Cody and Thad are gonna battle it out. Alabama got quarterbacks in the NFL, and they all ball yesterday. And Alabama don't put quarterbacks in the NFL. That stuff gotta stop. Teddy Bridgewater did his thing. Jerry Jeudy said he'll be back. He got carted off yesterday. Tua and Waddle. Tua was throwing that thing up the Waddle. I was like, oh, that's how you go deep. Tua was letting that thing fly the Waddle. Like, listen, man, I'm getting these out the box. We're gonna get these 8 out the box. We're gonna get these 8 out the box. Tua was letting that thing go. No, bro, Tua, man, Mac Jones looked decent yesterday, Kyle. He looked decent. Tua was out there doing his street football thing, man. I was feeling it, fool. I ain't see Jalen Hurts highlights yet, but I heard Jalen Hurts did his thing thizzle too. I heard it. Hurts to Devontae Smith. Yep. So listen, shout out to Synergy Suites, man. Y'all see the logo right there. Go check it out. She will be down here. She have more dates, and we'll talk about them in the days coming. She have more dates. She got a new menu. Pre-orders I do 9/19 at 12 noon. You can go to SwinergySuites.com and put a pre-order in. What's going on, Dennis? Yo. You. So listen, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Street. Let me see. So go to SynergySuites.com. You can put your order in. The orders are due by 9/19. One second.
Woo! Almost lost that thing. So yeah, synergysweets.com. Go check that out, man. You can order right on the website. Go check that out. Last order being take 9/19, so it's like a week from now. And I'll get back to you with more info on that. She should be down here maybe a few days after that, maybe that weekend. I don't have the exact date, but I'll get back to you on that. We here every day, dog. I get that to y'all. Listen, man, Footballville, if y'all want to get involved with the market, the number scrolling at the bottom, Texas 786-405-9499. Peace. Soul. Where? Soul Senior Hall? Soul Train?